Unit 12, Dreams and Reality. We have second conditional, might, phrasal verbs, and social expressions 2. Second conditional. The form of the second conditional. If plus past simple, would plus infinitive without to. Would is a modal auxiliary verb. There is an introduction to modal auxiliary verbs on page 137. So you can read the introduction of the modal auxiliary verbs on page 137. The forms of would are the same for all persons. So the form of the second conditional is if plus past simple, would plus infinitive without to. For example, positive and negative. If I had more money, I would buy a CD player. If I had, here is the past simple. If past simple had more money, I would, infinitive without to, buy a CD player. If she knew, that is the past tense of know, the answer she would tell us. This is the infinitive without to. If we lived, the past simple of the verb live in Russia, we would soon learn Russian. هاي learn هاي هنا an infinitive without to. If I didn't have so many debts يعني ديون, I wouldn't have to work so hard. So this is the positive and negative of the second conditional. Question: what would you do if you had a year off? Which countries would you go to if you traveled around the world? You see here the conditional clause is at the end of the question here in these examples. Short answer: would you travel around the world? Yes, I would, or no, I wouldn't. If they had the money, would they buy a new car? Yes, they would, or no, they wouldn't. So if you see the past simple in the conditional clause and would plus the infinitive without to, it is the second conditional. Note: the condition clause can come at the beginning or the end of the sentence as I mentioned before in the first condition. If it comes at the beginning, we put a comma at the end of the clause. If it comes at the end, we do not use a comma. For example, if I had more time, comma, I would help. Here the conditional clause يعني هي الكلوز اللي تأتي مع الإف، الجملة اللي تأتي مع الإف. If I had more time, comma, I'd help. So if the condition clause comes at the beginning of this sentence, we put a comma after it and then the rest of the sentence. I'd help if I had more time, but if it comes at the end of the clause, we do not put a comma. Here is the conditional clause. It came at the end and we did not use a comma. I'd help يعني كأنما يعني انقلبت الجملة، صارت conditional clause اللي مع الإف at the end and the second clause at the beginning. I'd help if I had more time. Where is often used instead of was in the condition clause. So we use where instead of was. نستعمل الverb بدل الwas in the condition clause. In the condition clause, that is the if clause. If I were you, I would go to bed. Here we used were instead of was. If he were cleverer, he'd know he was making a mistake. So here we use were instead of was. طبعا تعرفون مثل ما تعرفون I will he takes was. لكن بالcondition clause we use were instead of was. That is only in the condition clause that comes after if. The use. The second conditional is used to express an unreal or improbable condition and its probable result in the present or future. عكس الفيرست conditional. الفيرست conditional expresses a real condition. فد شيء فد موقف أو فد حالة حقيقية. لكن السكند conditional is used to express an unreal, something that is unreal, شيء غير حقيقي, or improbable condition أو شيء غير محتمل, and its probable result in the future or present or future, والنتيجة المحتملة في الحاضر أو في المستقبل. The condition is unreal. Why is it unreal? Because it is different from the facts that we know. هي تصير غير حقيقية لأنه هي مختلفة عن الحقائق اللي احنا نعرفها. يعني اكو حقيقة احنا نعرفها. الكونديشن كلوز يعني تكون مختلفة عن الشيء اللي احنا نعرفه. We can always say but. There is an example. If I were prime minister, استخدمنا الوير مثل ما ذكرنا بالسلايد السابق because we do not use was in the conditional clause, we use were. If I were prime minister, I would increase tax for rich people. Tax هنا يعني ضرائب. If I were prime minister, I'd increase tax for rich people. But I'm not prime minister. هذا معنى الجملة. That is the meaning of this sentence. So it is an unreal condition. يعني أنا مو prime minister, أنا مو رئيس وزراء, فما يعني لا أستطيع أن أرفع الضرائب بالنسبة للrich people, الناس الأغنياء. فهاي معناها it is an unreal condition, something يعني something that is not real, شيء غير حقيقي. If I lived in a big house, I'd invite all my friends. But I live in a small house. So here I live in a small house. When I say, if I lived in a big house, I'd invite all my friends, means that is an unreal condition. Why? Because in fact, I live in a small house. What would you do if you saw a UFO, but I don't expect that you will see a UFO? So these conditions are all unreal. Note, the use of the past tense, if I had and would, does not refer to past time. So if I say if I had and would does not refer to past time. Both the first and second conditional refers to the present and the future. احنا صحيح نستخدم past simple بالsecond conditional. والwould هي لأنه الماضي of will. They do not refer to past time. الجملة كلها does not refer to past time. They refer to the present and the future. The past verb forms are used to show this is different from reality. ليش استخدمنا past tense? To show that this is different from reality هنا. لأنه احنا نريد نوضح إنه هذا مختلف عن الحقيقة. For example, if I win the tennis match, I'll be happy. I think I have a good chance. هاي first conditional. تذكروا لي أن أكو present وأكو will. I think I have a good chance. If I won, that is the past tense of won, £1,000, I would, for example, buy a new car. But I don't think I will. So here is the second conditional. It is an unreal condition. And this is a real condition. Number 2, we do not use would in the condition clause. So, for example, if the weather was nice, not if the weather would be nice. So, if there is an condition clause, we do not use would with it. يعني ويا sentence of if, we do not use would. If I had more money, not if I would have more money. So it is incorrect to use would in the condition clause, the clause that has if. Might means the same as perhaps will. Perhaps will. What are you doing tonight? I don't know. I might go out or I might stay at home. Means perhaps I will go out, or perhaps I will stay at home. Here might is, as you know, is an auxiliary verb. So might means the same as perhaps and perhaps will. Might is a modal auxiliary and might come around tonight. I might not pass my exams. So, do we add S with he, she, it? Of course not. We cannot say he might come tonight. Do we use do, does in the negative? You cannot say he doesn't might or he does might. So we cannot add S or use do or does in the negative. Might, here is the grammar reference of might. The form. Form plus infinitive without to. So after might comes an infinitive without to. Might is a modal auxiliary verb. The forms of might are the same for all persons. Positive and negative. يعني ما نستخدم might is are the same. The forms of might are the same for all persons. For example, I, he, it, we use for them all might. I might go to the library. He might be late. It might not, هذا negative. It might not rain tomorrow. We might not go out for a meal tonight. So here all the verbs are infinitives without to. Question. The inverted question might you is unusual. So it is very common to ask a question with do you think plus will. So the inverted question يعني من أكو سؤال there is a question might you, it is unusual فشي غير اعتيادي بالسؤال عن might you. It is very common to ask a question with do you think plus will. For example, do you think you'll get here on time? طبعا يعني هاي usual لكن من نقول might you يعني فشي إذا تلاحظون حتى الجملة تصير غير اعتيادية. Do you think it will rain? Think and plus will and the rest of the question. Do you think they'll come to the meeting? So it is best to ask a question with do you think plus will than might you because it is unusual. Short answer, do you think he'll come? He might. And do you think it will rain? It might. So the question with do you think plus will, and you can answer with the short answer he might or here it might. So you can ask with, again, you can ask with do you think plus will, and the short answer you can say he might or it might. The use. Might is used to express a future possibility. إذن المايت تعبر عن إمكانية في المستقبل أو احتمالية في المستقبل. It contrasts with will. إذن أكو تناقض might مع will, which the speaker's opinion expresses a future certainty. إذن الwill معناها the speaker's opinion يعني رأي المتكلم يعبر عن شيء سوف يحدث أو مؤكد الحدوث في المستقبل. For example, England will win the match means I'm sure they will. إذا استخدمنا الwill, it is the speaker's opinion that expresses a future certainty. And England might win the match, here we used might, means it is possible but I don't know. من نستخدم المايت بالجملة معناها it is possible. I'm not sure or I don't know. So might is used to express a future possibility, possible. But will expresses a future certainty here. So this is the difference between might and will. Notice that in the negative, these sentences express the same idea of possibility. When we use these two sentences and for negative, it expresses the same idea. الفكرة نفسها للاحتمالية أو للإمكانية. For example, it might not rain this afternoon. قلنا عن negative بدنا نحكي هسه. It might not rain this afternoon. I don't think it will rain this afternoon. So if we use might or don't think plus will, has the same idea of possibility in the negative. We have the reading super volcano. If this volcano erupted, the world would freeze. Yellowstone National Park, Wyoming, USA. A hot July day, and some of the 3 million visitors who come to the park every year are watching one of the geysers erupts. geysers يعني السخانات أو الفتشي كلش حار يعني سخان، احنا نقول الجيزر سخانات erupts. erupt means يندلع or يعني معناها break out or become active، اندلاع السخانات. Everyone is impressed, but as they chatter excitedly and eat their ice creams. Chatter means talk، من كلمة chat، talk or converse or talk to each other excitedly and eat their ice creams. Not many of them realize that they are standing on top of the largest active volcano in the world. Scientists have known for a long time that Yellowstone is a volcanic area. But the strange thing is that until the 1960s, none of them could find a volcano anywhere in the park. Then new photos taken by NASA showed the reason why the whole park, 9,000 square meters of it, is a volcano. Volcano يعني البركان. Volcanoes like Yellowstone are called super volcanoes. يعني البركان اسمه هذا الاسم. The name of the volcano is Yellowstone. Are called super volcanoes. Why? Because they are so huge and dangerous. They are huge. They are enormous, very big, massive, and dangerous. 1,000 times more powerful than ordinary volcanoes. Ordinary يعني الاعتيادية, normal volcanoes. There are about 40 of them on Earth, but none of them has erupted recently. The most recent was 74,000 years ago in Indonesia. The last time Yellowstone Park erupted was 640,000 years ago. But what would happen if the Yellowstone volcano erupted again today? Here are the events that might follow. Day 1, Yellowstone Park, USA. If the volcano erupted, hot ash means ramad. Another word for ash, cinders, cinders, C-I-N-D-E-R-S. And rock would shoot up يعني means تدفق، يتدفق, shoot up into the air at 250 kilometers per hour. The cities of Denver and Salt Lake will be destroyed immediately, and 87,000 people would die. Eventually, the ash would cover 3/4 of the USA, and drinking water and food crops. crops means المحاصيل يعني الهارفست المحصول, harvest, crops, would be contaminated. Contaminated means polluted يعني ملوثة أو تفسد. ملوث, pollution, pollute, contaminated يعني polluted. Week 1, Europe. The whole of Europe would be covered by a grey cloud. Summer would turn to winter, and in some places the sea would freeze. Freeze يعني يتجمد, becomes like ice. No European country would be able to grow food for 4 or 5 years. The next 3 months worldwide, 90% of our sunlight would be blocked. Blocked يعني تحجب. Sunlight would be blocked. تحجب يعني they are shut up يعني محجبة. and a volcano winter would cover the earth. The tropical forest, tropical قلنا يعني استوائي, فإذا الغابات الاستوائية would die and food crops in warm countries such as India and China would fail. Only countries near the north and south poles could carry on يعني continue, يستمرون, continue as usual. Iceland would do well because most of its food is grown in special greenhouses. It might be able to send food to the rest of the world. How likely is it? Fortunately, scientists at the Yellowstone Volcano Observatory say that there is no evidence يعني دليل, clue, there is no clue or there is no evidence, دليل, that the volcano will erupt in the near future. They say such events are unlikely to happen in the next few centuries. So we can all get on with our lives and stop worrying, which is good to know. Now we have the vocabulary. Phrasal verbs. Phrasal verbs consist of a verb plus adverb preposition. So the phrasal verb consists of a verb plus adverb preposition. Some phrasal verbs are literal, يعني بعض الphrasal verbs are literal, حرفية, يعني تفهم معناها في الجملة. For example, go away and leave me alone. Go away and leave me alone. Take off your coat and come and sit down. تلاحظون هاي الفريزل verbs اللي هي بالبولد هاي literal. شلون تعرفوها literal؟ لأنه معناها مفهوم بالجملة. Go away يعني يذهب. Take off اخلع. Sit down اجلس. معناها واضح ومفهوم والmeaning مفهوم في الجملة. Complete the sentences with a word from the box. We have out, we will use it twice, up, on, and back. Number one, put on something. High phrasal verb, put on. Put on something warm, it's cold today. Put on something warm, it's cold today. Number two, there is some ice cream in the freezer. Can you get it out? Get it out. Get it out. بعدين راح نحكي عن أن أكو البرونان يصير بالوسط. إذا تذكرون هاي separable يعني تنفصل. ممكن أكو بعض الفريزل verbs تنفصل. Get it out. Why? Number three, why are your clothes on the floor? Please pick them up. Pick up. Pick up. Pick them up. هاي ممكن تنفصل. نسميها separable. يعني مو pick up ممكن نخلي البرونان في وسطها. Pick them up. Number four, I'm going to take the kids out for the day. إذا take out هي الفريزل verb. استخدمناها مرتين out هنا بهذا الاكسرسايز. Take the kids out for the day. هنا الkids هي noun or pronoun. هنا noun فممكن يجي في وسط الفريزل verb اللي هي take out, take the kids out. هاي تنفصل. هاي separable. Number five, when are you going back to your country? Back. When are you going back to your country? فهاي go back. When are you going back to your country? Some phrasal verbs aren't literal. يعني بعض الفريزل verbs ما تجي حرفية. معناها شوية مختلف بالجملة. ما راح تفهموا من الجملة. فهاي مو معنى حرفي إلها. Can you sort out this problem? Sort out معناها يعني تحل المشكلة. لكن الكلمة ما مفهومة إنه هي تحل المشكلة. Sort out this problem. The plane took off. شنو يعني took off؟ يعني هل تخلع الطائرة؟ لكن هنا معناها not literal. هنا الفريزل verb isn't literal. The plane took off معناها البلين أقلعت الطائرة. فهذا تلاحظون المعنى هو not literal مو معنى حرفي. It is not literal. The plane took off يعني هي الجملة من تشوفوها took off هي خلعت. لكن بما أنه هي the plane فمعناها أكيد يختلف took off. مو حرفي، معنى مجازي. The plane took off. أقلعت الطائرة. I gave up my job. شنو gave up؟ يعني تركت العمل. gave up. I leaved يعني my job. فمعناها هنا ال gave up ال phrasal verb is not literal، مو حرفي، ما ينفهم من محتوى أو من معنى الجملة. ف I gave up my job means I quit my job أو I left my job. تركت العمل. These are all sort out, took off here and gave up in these sentences or in this question are not literal. Look at the position of the object when it is a pronoun in these sentences. مثل ما ذكرت لكم قبل شوية، يجي البرونون في وسط الفريزل verb، معناها هاي الفريزل verb is separable، ممكن تنفصل، اكو بيها ممكن تنفصل، اكو بعض الفريزل verbs ما تنفصل. For example, your shoes are dirty, take them off. تلاحظون هاي تنفصل take off. take them off، هنا اجى البرونون بالوسط، فممكن هاي separable phrasal verb. This sweater looks nice, can I try it on؟ هي الفريزل verb try on، لكن من اجى البرونون it became in the middle of the phrasal verb. try it on. هذا هنا these are two pronouns. them and it are pronouns. Complete the sentences with phrasal verbs from exercise. So use pronouns. Use pronouns. Where is my tea? Sorry, I threw it away. يعني ذاكرنا انه لازم نستخدم pronouns. هي الفريزل verb throw away. throw away. لكن من نجي نستخدم البرونون بانه تي، فتي ياخذ it. So sorry I threw it away. اذا معناها هاي تنفصل separable. threw it away. مثل ما قلت لكم الفريزل verb هو throw away، لكن من نخلي pronoun يجي في وسطها ف throw it away or threw it away in the past. Number 2, you shouldn't smoke in here. Put it out. it. لأن أكيد السموك هي cigarette، فناخذ البروناون it. هي put out الفريزل verb، من يجي البروناون يأتي في وسط الفريزل verb. put it out. Number 3, we don't need all these lights on. Turn them off. turn them off. هي الفريزل verb turn off، but we use them as a pronoun for lights in the middle of the phrasal verb. turn them off. Number 4, leave little Annie with me. I look after her. I look after her. Look after here, the pronoun came at the end because look after is an inseparable phrasal verb. معناها ما ينفصل هذا. look after ما ينفصل. We cannot say look her after because the meaning changes. So look after does not separate the phrasal adverb. Look after is not separable. It is inseparable. It cannot separate. ما نقدر نفصلها. So we put the pronoun at the end after the phrasal verb. I look after her. We cannot say look her after because look after is an inseparable phrasal verb. يعني غير منفصل. Number 5, I haven't got time to fill in this form. I'll fill it in later. فإذا هي الفريزل verb fill in، لكن الفورم we use it, so it becomes fill it in. It is fill in is a separable phrasal verb, so we use the pronoun in the middle of the phrasal verb fill in, so it becomes fill it in later. So these are all separable phrasal adverbs except look after. It is inseparable, so we cannot put the pronoun in the middle of look after, which is the inseparable phrasal verb. Complete the sentences when one of these phrasal verbs in the correct form. Okay, we have these phrasal verbs in the correct form. Number 1, how do you get on with your parents? Get on with your parents. Number 2, do you ever fall out with your brothers and sisters? Fall out with your brothers and sisters. Number 3, what are you looking forward to doing on holiday? What are you looking forward to doing on holiday? Number 4, have you ever run out of petrol in your car? Have you ever run out of petrol in your car? So, number 4 is run out of. Number 5, where did you grow up? Grow up, or have you always lived here? So, number 1 is get on with. Number 2 is fall out with. Number 3 is look forward to. Number 4, run out of. And number 5, grow up. Social expressions. 2, complete the conversation with the correct expressions. هاي يعني استخدامات اليومية للexpressions, للsocial expressions. Everyday English. Number 1, excuse me. Excuse me, can I get past? Pardon. Pardon. Can I get past, please? I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. Yes, of course. Thanks a lot. Two, I hear you're going to get married soon. Congratulations. Congratulations. So here we put I hear, and here we put congratulations. That's right. That's right. That's right. Next July 21st, can you come to the wedding? Oh, what a pity. Oh, what a pity. That's when we are away on holiday. So, oh, what's a pity. That's when we are away on holiday. Never mind. Never mind. Never mind. We'll send you some wedding cake. That's very kind. Oh dear. Oh dear. Look at the time. Hurry up, or we'll miss the train. So here, oh dear, look at the time. Hurry up. Hurry up, or we'll miss the train. Just a minute. Just a minute. I can't find my umbrella. Do you know where it is? I haven't a clue. يعني I don't know. يعني ما عندي معرفة إنه وين تكون الأمبريلا. I haven't a clue. I haven't a clue. But you won't need it. It's a lovely day. Just look at the sky. Oh, all right. Oh, all right. Let's go then. Good luck in your exam. Good luck in your exam. Same to you. Same to you. I hope we both pass. Did you go out last night? No, of course not. No, of course not. I went to bed early. What about you? What about you? Here we put what about you. Me too. See you later. See you later here. See you later. After the exam, let's go for a pizza. Good idea. Good idea. Thank you.